Right, come on, man, Dan back here. I'm going to tell you another one of my stories. But I want to kind of discuss how the story came about. Now, the stories I'm going to tell you are all true dreams, be it a daydream, dream when I'm in sleep, or anything else like that. But I'm trying to explain how my stories kind of came together and made a line and made these stories. Now, the other one, I swore a lot on it and things like that because I was in just that, I was having a bad time at the time. Yeah, it was my angry time. But after the angry time, I told the nice story. So after the dark story, no, the nasty story, I went to a nice story. I just tried to do what I could. But in the story, I got to the end and I tried to. I thought I was just making up the end of the story. But now that particular part has become a story. So this is a rewrite because I saw the story as I was telling it. I saw it all. So when I say I depict a story, I see a story. This is what came out. So I'm going to try and run with this. So there's the explanation of what I'm going with. It sounds a little bit naughty and fun. It's a sci-fi movie. It's the sci-fi movie basically of my dreams. But the dreams came about from a program, and it was on about a star. No, it wasn't about a star. It's something about a universe being born. They captured a sun. I don't know if there's an actual thing or depiction, but I remember the sonic boom and things. But I'm not going to tell you about that yet. Yeah, because that's part of the story. But they was talking about Bibles on it and how the cross got turned into different weapons and things like that. And I think he had a dam in the back of him. It was quite a program that actually sparked a lot of different things when I was having this moment, not just everything else. So I'm going to run this the best I can. So, down to the story. And basically, how do I start? See, oh, I don't know how to start. So I'm going to try and go for the quick version. Yeah, I don't want a long one. So here goes. Right. So basically, bottom line to it is, if you want to listen to the other story, it's an adult version. Go and listen to it. It was live as it came out. Okay. So basically, I was in a coffee shop. Yeah, but it wasn't me. It was somebody else in the parallel universe. Me. Yeah. I married my wife when I was young. Yeah, it didn't work out for me. But in this parallel universe, it did. They were all happy, and everyone was happy. This world I think I've been to, this idea of somewhere nice, I was in a coffee shop, but there was nothing next to it. It was just a normal coffee shop. What was the Watchdogs? Yeah, they got one similar with the glass doors and things where you have the drinking competition. But there's no buildings next to it, but it's got the nice grass outside, you see the pavement, and I think I was in America, not England. So I've come out of this coffee shop and all of a sudden, yeah, I've been beamed up into a spaceship that looked like something off Wally. Yeah, similar to that. And when I got in there, I'm in a chair. It's just full of women. Absolutely loads of them. All gold, white hair, not one, just shining. Yeah, all over the place. Okay, what the bloody hell is this? It was a good bloody dream, I can tell you. When I woke up, I tried to go back into it. Yeah, I can assure you. But when I was in the chair, there's having some sort of discussion. And what had happened is they've come from some sort of time portal into our universe. Yeah, because in their world there's no men. They all died out of a disease. Yeah, and they've come over to try and steal some men from our world. Yeah, from this one particular planet. And this sergeant was getting all flustered and things like that, telling people off, just not being very nice. The one in charge, very strict. No, we can't do this. We can't do that. And what happened is the hypertribe had a fault. So the energy that they had, yeah, if they kept in orbit for too long, they wouldn't get back through the jump to their own time. So she's just decided just to grab someone, yeah, and she's froze me. But as she's froze me, I've screamed really loud. Ah, yeah. No, I didn't get the good dream out of that one. I can assure you that now. But we're keeping it nice. But the ladies of the divine, yeah, they was the ladies of the divine. They did not like what she did. And they're saying, no, hang on a minute. You promised us this, you promised us that. We'll take the chance if we get stuck. We'll just go the long way back round. Yeah, but the long way took quite a few years. Yeah, to get back to their own time. To get this energy that they needed from wherever they get it from, potentially the sun. I don't know. But she's just saying, no, we're going now. Yes, he's got what we need. We'll just do it ourselves when we get home. But they've been taught about love, about relationships, something nice. They've been taught that. how nice it can be to find your soulmate, the man of your dreams, and that sort of thing. So they're expecting to be making love by the end of the bloody night, more or less. And let's be honest, if anybody out there, geezer's been beamed up by all these women and went, "You're mine," you'd be like, okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna argue with that, madam. Take me to your bedroom, not your leader. It's one of them. But no, she decided just to take what she needed. She didn't ask me. There's many a minute on this planet that would have went regardless. Yeah? Wouldn't you? You can't tell me you wouldn't. But no, she's like, nope, we've got what we need, we're going. And she insisted on going. But they've gone back to their time. But when they go through the space portal, yeah, to go back to their own universe, they don't go there instantly. They can be suspended for about 4 or 5 days, a week or so. But because I let this almighty scream, this scream echoed across all these times and distances, yeah, through these universes, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, just excuse me, I lost myself there. But then it comes back to the program I was talking about, because it's shown something that started the story also. So this was a true dream from this particular program I watched, and they had this sun, and you can see it spitting out just rocks and things like that, and it put them all into position, just like our solar system and all that sort of thing, where the planets are. Then all of a sudden you see the sonic boom, and they were showing you that, and you saw a little twinkle of a star as they all woke up. Some of them shined, some didn't, but one of them was really light and sparkly, and that was Sarah. She'd been born, and she captured this energy. But one energy come from one side, and another energy come from another. One was a scream, and one was a cry. But as she heard these screams, she kind of woke up, she came into herself. Yeah? And at the time, she was nothing more than a spark of light. And this spark of light, shot off. Yeah? And she went travelling through the stars, here, there, and everywhere. Yeah? To find, she went through because she could travel, she didn't know, she could travel through space and time. So she just starts around wherever she wants. She was born in space, it's one of them. And she followed this scream, this loud scream. She didn't hear this cry. So, boom, off she's gone. But she's gone to all different planets as she's gone, yeah, to get the energy from the sun, yeah, for what she needed. So she could skip through time and space. And what she did, she came to find me. But in the next dream, I was in the spaceship, in the chair, just been frozen. But I could see Sarah, but not fully. I could see her face and almost her shoulders, and it was almost just sneaking through the ladies. Yeah, the ladies didn't see her, and she's looked at me, and I saw this sparkle of her eyes when she looked at me. Wow. Yeah, and she just smiled, and that's all she did. She just smiled. There was another spaceship, yeah, just the one, yeah, and it had a hyperdrive on it and everything, and she nicked the ship. It had its own AI, the lot. It was a proper AI safe spaceship. I've been in this ship a few times, and they're very good dreams when I have them. I do enjoy it, yeah. And detail for that, if you want it, is there. But this is a quick version. But basically, the ship resembles something. No Man's Sky. Yeah, it's got just the rockets at the back. It's a fast one. Looks like something off bloody Star Wars, but just a little bit bigger. Yeah, and a pod in the middle. You see the seating at the front. It was circular, and you could get your dinner from the left-hand side, and the toilet was to the right, and the bed pulled out to the left-hand side as well. But it was a proper circle. It had something in the middle. I never noticed what that was. And there's a cryo chamber there. But I'll tell you about the cryo chamber. But basically, Sarah's grabbed me and put me in this cryo chamber, frozen. Yeah, because she understood. Because they took me from her time. They're used to the time travel and things like that. But I wouldn't last long being in that time and space. Yeah, so she's put me in this cryo chamber, and all of a sudden she's shot off. But because they're going back and they've got enough energy to chase her, yeah, they've had to carry on going forward. And she's shot off this way and just went. She didn't know where she went, but she heard this other cry. Yeah, and she'd been hearing that other cry, even though she was following the louder cry. So she's gone, and she's kind of gone in that direction. Yeah, off she's gone. And all of a sudden she's stopped. and they've gone and parked, both camped or whatever, on a cluster of asteroids, and one big one in the middle, and it had like a something was cut out of it, yeah, and she landed on there, and there was 3 or 4 around it, but when you looked at it from a distance, you could see the blue of the lights coming from the spaceship, because there's like a bit of a dome where the cryo chamber was, like the one Deadpool was in. You know, when they changed his face and stuff, similar to that. It's in the other stories if you want to hear that bit. But she kept doing this cry. But what she's been doing, she's been looking after me in this cryo chamber, this nice me, this one that's had a good life. Yeah? And he's upset. Seeing his mind's going because he don't know where he is. He's been frozen. Where's his missus? And his mind is gone blank. It's stuck. But because she's gone into time and space, she's come to me, myself, yeah, on this earth. She heard me crying because I lost my brother. Yeah, she came down, yeah, to follow this cry. And she gave me a cuddle. The first time I'd ever met Sarah. It's all in dreams. It's all there. And but she couldn't stay. She didn't have enough energy. Yeah, she had to get going back to the ship. Otherwise, this guy would die. And I didn't understand straight away why. Why would he die? I didn't know why. But yeah, she said she had to go back to the ship. But what she figured out is she could enter this guy's mind and come into my dreams, instead of having to come down to the earth. So in the first dream, she come just give me a cuddle. Yeah, and I just saw this white looking small church, and she gave me a cuddle. Like I say, it's in the dreams. It's all there if you want it in the stories if you want it. But back to the story. Right. So she kept visiting me all the way through my life up until now. Yeah, helping me tell this story. Okay, but this is part of the other story. So basically, we've been everywhere. We've been flying around. We've danced a lot in my dreams and things like that. But I got older. I went and got married. And because I know her from my dreams and things like that, she got upset the fact that I'd forgotten about her. And it was a sad feeling. Yeah, I mean, she's floating around waiting for me. And I did silly things. I tried to kill myself. I got married. It didn't work out. Yeah, if you want the details, I'm not putting it in this one. Okay? But things didn't work out. But then I got divorced and things like that. And I went through a state of depression. And I was sleeping for 16, 17 hours a day. Getting up for about 4 or 5. Yeah, I went back to sleep for the same amount of time. And I did that for the best part of 3 months. But I dreamt a lot, absolutely loads. And she's come down and she's visiting me in my dreams and things and telling me, look, you can't do silly things. Yeah, I can't come and get you if I lose you. If you go through limbo, I can't come and get you. You want to know about this? It's all there. I'm not telling you everything. This is supposed to be the short one. But she's told me off. We've danced through our dreams. She's looked after me all this time. But one of the dreams, I remember, this is the one where I woke up in the spaceship. I saw all the detail and things like that. I even remember hitting my head on this cryostasis. So basically, I've gone to my other body in space. That one that was in cryostasis, yeah? So all of a sudden, I've gone to sleep this night, and this was a 3-day dream. I remember being asleep for 3 days. Yeah, that was the later one, wasn't it? No, that was, the telling off was when I was stressed. Later on, yeah, this was time when I was working. I was in Lulworth Cove. I used to talk to the blue moon and everything. It was wicked. Nice little place. So that could be the reason for the dreams. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, back to the story. Right, I was stalling. Yeah, okay. Right. So I've woke up in this dream and I've hit my head on the top of this cryostasis thinking, ow. What the bloody hell was that? And I've noticed I'm in one of my dreams. Because I do explain I can control my dreams. And this computer's going, Dan, and he's going to get her. Dan, and he's going to get her. What the fuck is that? Yeah, and it was the computer talking to me in the spaceship. Yeah, he's like, who are we going to get? Sarah. Right. Why? Where's she? It says, the aliens took her. What aliens? The green aliens. And there's a reason why they took her, and I can't give it away now. But basically, I've had to sit into the seat, and I held on, and it blasted off like one of the bloody rides that's in frigging Thorpe Park. whoom, and I felt the G-force within the dream and everything. It said when it came to the voices and stuff, it was very clear as well. I don't always get that. You don't always get sound and smells and things like that. It's just a dream you're just watching. But this one was like full on freaking action movie. Boom. I remember the stars and everything. And this is why I like playing that No Man's Sky, because you put it on the VR, it reminds me of that dream so much. It's brilliant. When you're in the cockpit of that bloody spaceship, it's like, I've been here. I've been here. It was absolutely brilliant. So you never know. Just a dream of a future computer game. Yeah, and this is way before then. I think I had a PS2 then. Might have been a 360, but only just. But yeah, we blasted off, and I was in the like middle of space. There was nothing really around. I don't remember seeing too many planets. I do remember seeing this big shiny one in front of me. But then it took like a left-hand turn against all these asteroids. Massive, massive loads of them, but they're big. Absolutely big. If my finger's this big, the fucking asteroids, the spaceship was this big. Yeah, the end of my finger. The asteroids was that size of my hand. And I remember being 3 to the right hand side, 2 to the left, but with loads of speckles of others around. But it's like they'd been cut out perfectly straight each side. I remember going through it, and it's like, freaking hell. Now the detail on that was absolutely fantastic. With the dream itself, if I can go back into that one or help draw it, that one I can get perfect. And there was a spaceship at the end. And I've tried to draw this spaceship. Something like Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, one of the battleships where it's got the bit sticking out at the end, but it had glass on the top. But as we got closer, you could see lights flickering, like someone's having a disco. And I saw some green aliens that looked like us in body, but more the mutants of Fallout 4. Yeah, but mixed with like Shrek. There's all sorts. They're all dancing around, blah, blah, blah. And I could see a blue spark to the left-hand side. And as I've looked, all you see is the church that I've seen in many of my other dreams. Big, but it wasn't white or anything. It's just normal brick. It's like, that don't look right. But then the asteroids kind of rocks covered the end of the wing that she was attached to. Yeah, like they've coupled it to the asteroid or something like that, so we won't go away. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And next minute, the computer said, hang on, Dan, this might hurt. What? He sped up and he smashed through the right-hand bottom of this church building, whatever. But when I got into it, I could see what looked like stadium seating in maybe an American football stand place. There's on Men in Black with that guy on the fucking thing in his head. Something similar to that, but I only saw the seating. But I did see the door to the right-hand side. Yeah, but you couldn't see that outside. That went to the spaceship. Yeah? And you see these wires and everything coming down. I was like, and I followed the wire and I saw the blue sparkle in the corner. And it was Sarah. Like, fucking hell, okay. So I've got out the bloody... No, I have to edit that, sorry. Blooming hell, I saw Sarah. And she's in a prison. Bars, everything. Right? But she started sparkling. Really, really sparkling. Yeah? Like angry, sparkling. But when she saw me, she calmed down a little bit. Yeah? Dan, what are you doing here? Yeah? She knew it was me. The one that she'd been cuddling, not this guy in the cryo chamber. She knew it was me. And basically, I've got back into the spaceship after giving her a cuddle and things. And when I say I've seen her in her eyes many times. That's one time where I actually looked at her properly. Yeah, she held me and everything. But just a little bit, just like, hello, how are you doing? Come on then, let's get the frigging hell out of here. We'll do the kissing bit later, that sort of thing. But she's gone. And as I said hello to the bloody guys that abducted her. They abducted her, yeah? Too early. Well, basically, she's gone back out. And she gave them something, a lock of her hair, in a golden case, like a pearl case, like Ariel from bloody Little Mermaid, when she had the voice, yeah? And it turns out, she put it in her place, and it powered the ship. Well, okay. But she was sparking, her teeth and everything. You can see them all blue and just proper spark, spark, spark. And it's because she was near me. And at this time in the dream, I didn't see it, but that's where I've realised she's my soulmate. We are two energies that are supposed to be together, yeah? And we create an energy. That was the idea of the dream, right? And But as she's come to the spaceship and I'm ready to just say hello and stuff like that, I woke up. I woke up, and what she's had to do is quickly put me back into the cryostasis. Yeah, and she's come into the dream. And she explained why they stole her in the first place. They stole her as an energy source. They picked up some sort of an energy from her. Yeah? But because she was kind of near this other body of mine, but not close enough to me, she'd get off some sort of echo of an electric source of some sort which could power their ship. They was having space problems as well with their hyperdrive. Yeah, just like the ladies from the Divine. They had a problem with their hyperdrive as well. So back to the green aliens. They got what they needed from her. Yeah, she gave it as a present. She didn't. She just told them off and said, "What you did was wrong. You shouldn't have taken me." She just said so. But she didn't realise herself at the time that because we was close together, the closer I got to Sarah when we went through that asteroid to the church, the stronger she got. Yeah, she had some sort of energy. So I might have been a negative energy. She might have been the positive, whatever way you want to put it. It doesn't have to be rude. It's not supposed to be that way. Yes, but she got sparking and sparking, and yeah, and this is where the bit where I know she's my soulmate. She's the angel of my dreams. She's been there all the time. The stories are there. Whatever you take from it, I don't know. But this is my story, and I feel Sarah is helping me with these stories so I can make money. To honour a promise. I promised I'd help these children in the world if I could get something from this. Yeah, that has been my promise so far that I know I've made in this world. Not to come and find each other through space and time. But back to that. But I've carried on. Now this is where it gets more freaky because for me, that is. See, that was the end of the dream really. So I remember waking up at that time, yeah, and thinking, wow. 3 days I'd been asleep. I'm camping out because I got too hammered at one of the bloody parties. Then the bosses went out, so I was on my own. So I just slept. It was over Christmas and that. Bloody freezing, but I just slept. Sometimes I just do that. But then the story carried on. So this part is from my moment when I was telling this story. And I had to finish it. But now it's become part of Sarah's smile in the way of a story. That's not too confusing. But yeah, basically, because I told these stories about maybe knowing the true creator of the world and things, and Parliament not being very nice, and just trying to tell people if you knew something, if you just get together and share. They didn't like that. They didn't like the fact I wanted to share. Parliament didn't like the fact that a commoner wanted to be in power. And some of the religions was upset because I'm mentioning something that's not been written down in a book. And everyone's trying to get me. And I'm in America. And I remember this monument. And I was with Zach Vagan from Ghost Adventures. Because I wanted to be in his museum to set some ghosts free. If you want to hear that bit, it's in that story. Yeah, it's at the end of another one as well. But I told a different story the first time around. It all came together after the end. It's difficult to explain that bit. It really is. But I'm just trying to get you the idea of what's in my head when it comes out. But basically, I'm at this monument. Nobody likes the stories. Everyone's giving me crap. Everyone knows that I've said about Sarah, angel, my guardian angel that's been with me since I was ages ago. But yeah, nobody believed me. So basically, we're at this. There's a roundabout, but at the top of the roundabout was just a straight path with some sort of verge where it overlooked a big massive hill. You see the trees at the bottom and a load of buildings in the background. And that's why I thought it was American. I think it had something to do with the Civil War places up on a hill somewhere. Because there was some sort of monument in the middle. Now it was kind of square in shape. It had something like a horse or something like that on it. I don't know. It was big. But that was an island, a centre island. But people could go across to it. You see the traffic lights this side and the ones there. And there was one that went straight over to stop the traffic. That was the one with the straight road. I can't remember now. Right, give me a minute, I won't remember. But I remember but basically there's only 3 entrances off this island. And I've gone and walked over. And everyone's come to say hello, or some have come to just point the finger and things like that, and just shake my hand and whatnot about the stories. But then all of a sudden, this guy's come over and points a gun at my head. Yeah? And she goes, pop. Yeah? Goes to shoot me. And all of a sudden you hear this blood-curdling scream. She's not only just come from the spaceship, she's gone shooting down from the heavens to save me. And she stopped this bullet. And everyone saw Sarah. And this was part of the dream from the story. And everyone saw Sarah. But because she's came down, shooting down, she's given off a burst of energy. Because she's come to me so quick, it's just gone boom. But the energy didn't hurt anyone. It gave them a memory of someone. And it was the other me. It was the other me that had a nice life. Yeah, this other me. Now, Sarah got this echo, I got this echo, and everybody in the world got this echo. Then all I see people doing is making a circle and start singing about Marley's One Love, like I've explained when it comes to the Song of Peace. And she understood what she did. She did something wrong. She understood that me and her was each other's soulmates. We're meant to be together. Don't know why. There's no reason for it. There's no reason why she came and found me when she'd already found another me. She didn't take the other guy back. He'd been in pain for so long, but because she was concentrating on me and my bad life and everything else like that, she didn't feel that man's pain because she was able to use him to get to me. She did not feel his pain. But because we'd met each other and we had a dance on the hill and everything else like that and everyone sung the song, she still felt upset, disgusted. Thinking, hang on a minute, wow, I need to take that guy back. He's been travelling in space with me for all this time. Said, I was bloody 27 by that time, so he must have been there for quite a fucking while. It's like, of course, must have been there for quite a while. Yes, I did swear I had to redo it. Do excuse me. It must have been there for quite a while. So what she's done, because we've agreed I'm okay on the earth, that sort of thing, because I can't go with her. Yeah, I've got to wait to pass away. Yeah, before we get to be together. And I've got no answer to that bit of the story or the dream or anything else like that. She's going to come catch my soul. Yeah, because she's the soulmate of my heart. She's my energy. She's my something that I am going to meet her at some point. Yeah, regardless, call me crazy or not, I couldn't care less anymore. My stories are making sense to me. I'm getting answers also. I'm just putting this out there because I want to find her. I am putting this out there because I want to find the angel of my dreams, the soulmate of my heart. Yeah, and I don't like it when we're apart. I'm not supposed to be going to a poem. But there you go. Here's another one of my crazy stories about how I'd like to find the soulmate of my heart. Do they mean anything? I don't know. Is it just me? I couldn't say so. But I get the feeling I'm going to find out soon. Because the stories have been told. And since I've realised, Sarah, I cannot stop. Keep coming out. So what is going to come next? This is why I'm trying to get the stories out. I do want those questions. I do. Because it runs off the top of my head. People can ask me things and I might get something more than what I can think of at the minute. Because I've had a bit of a crap life. So if I can get rid of some of this stress and something in my head, what else is going to come out? I don't know. I'm not going to say it's nasty. I don't. But I'm going to tease you a little bit about the way I'm doing things right now, how I'm doing these stories and things, and how I confess to a mental health, how I confess to having love for the woman of my dreams. In one of the dreams, I tell you how I go into some sort of jungle, like something of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and Sarah's there, and I get frozen there too. But I fall into a river and she's standing there just shaking her head thinking, why did you do that, you silly sod? But I went into this dream and she was being nasty to these tribes looking people. Well, like something from Mowgli with the haircuts and that. But I remember seeing the crossbows on the back and they just and she was all nicely dressed. I've dressed my Conan Exiles character the same because I was able to make something of a silhouette of Sarah in that particular game. But there's it's one of the costumes that's perfect. Yeah, but the only difference is she had like a tiki Hawaiian sort of top on. And I remember she had nice long curly hair there. It wasn't white, it was just a nice gold curly hair. That's normally the other colours she had. And I went up to her, yeah, because I thought she was being nasty to the tribes peeps, not being very nice, really angry, yeah, as if she blatantly was going to kill her. Okay, fair enough. So I got into this dream, noticed what she's doing. I'm just going to give her a cuddle. But as I give her a cuddle, I've held my phone up and pressed a button, and it blew up. And all of a sudden, I'm on the floor, frozen, and she's looking at me going, silly sod. What do you do that for? And I saw her. Yeah? She was standing in front of me. She looked quite tall on this one, yeah? And she was, I saw her face. I was there. But still, I forget. Still, I can't remember. But I look at her now, I can see the silhouette. But why can't I see the face?